Hi, and welcome back to Healing from Oppression. I want to begin by naming a painful event and then move quickly into caring for us. On September 10th, 2025, conservative activist Charlie Kirk was assassinated while speaking at a campus event in Utah. This event has shaken the country and sparked heated public commentary. Some national leaders' remarks and responses have further inflamed the already sensitive tensions. I'm not here to sensationalize the violence. I'm here to help you prepare emotionally and practically to protect your safety and dignity in what comes next. Welcome, friends. This video is for Black people and AuDhd people and others from targeted communities who are feeling threatened, angry, numb, or exhausted. We'll cover grounding, community boundaries, online safety, workplace and school precautions, and small acts of resistance that protect you and your people. Hi, and welcome back, or if you're new here, I'm Susan with Living Empowered Today, where I help autistic and AuDhd adults over 40 build a life that feels calmer, clearer, and doable. First thing we always do is name the struggle. Number 1, recognize the context without internalizing the threat. You want to acknowledge that the environment is dangerous. Political violence is rising. Racist and disrespectful rhetoric from leaders increasingly frames people or groups as enemies to be beaten out or avenged. But remember, your identity and your worth. Your safety is not determined by public narratives. You aren't just what others say about you, assign to you, or project onto you. Distinguish between external threat and internalized fear. It's okay to be shaken. I'm still shaken. It's a valid reaction. Now, part of inner safety is allowing yourselves to feel, to name what's happening without letting fear or rage become your only identity. Set emotional boundaries and your media information diet. Be intentional about what you consume online. News, social media, comments, memes. You want to limit repeated exposure to graphic content or violent rhetoric that doesn't serve your mental health. Create buffer zones. This is scheduled check-in times for updates, then times when you disengage. You want to let your nervous system rest. When rhetoric is triggering, for example, hearing radical left accusations, scapegoating Black people, calling autistic people special or weird, or seeing violence incited. Even RFK Jr. Has had us triggered by saying we need a cure of this disease. It's not a disease. That's pretty inciting. So you want to prepare ahead of time. Perhaps turn off your notifications. I do. I have notification PTSD. Leave some online spaces if you have to. I've left plenty. And have a trusted friend which you can debrief with. Now, when you are debriefing with this trusted friend or person, keep in mind that you don't want a toxic dump. You want to give them a chance to respond and get what's off of their chest too, because we're all triggered by this. So this is a great time to practice your conversational skills, not talking over others and listening with intention. The next thing we're going to do is grounding rituals, community, and ancestral remembrance. These are our spiritual practices. Grounding is considered somatic practices, which are deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, and pressing your feet to the floor, movement or stretching. You want to do mindfulness or centering prayer or meditation. Community. You want to talk with people who feel seen. Create shared ritual spaces, whether they're physical or virtual. Safe talk spaces where you can express fear, anger, sadness without shame or judgment. And ancestral memory. We want to remember those who survived similar storms our ancestors did, if you're an ancestor of those who were enslaved, or if you're ancestors of enslavers. Remember how they kept the faith, kept their dignity through their enslavement and Jim Crow and all of that. This is not just comfort. It is a map and a reservoir of your resistance. Now, you want to name what you want to respond with, not react with. Distinguish response from reaction is this. Reaction often comes from fear and overwhelm. Response comes from your values, dignity, justice, and care. So ask yourself, how do I want to show up? What values guide me, such as nonviolence, clarity, truth, and boundary keeping? So you want to take small actions aligned with your values rather than large ones driven by outrage. That might feel good at the moment, but it's not serving you. Maybe writing, vocalizing, talking out loud to yourself all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. Or with someone else. Donating your time and energy to others in the community. Showing up in your community. Or even doing nothing if that's what you need for your safety. Now for the action step. Here's something to try today or this week. It's your I can't moment into your I can moment. Create a personal safety statement. A short phrase, just 1 or 2 sentences that you affirm to yourself when you feel emotionally unbalanced by what you're seeing or hearing in the news or in public discourse, or if you're out at the shopping mall or at the grocery store and someone in line is on the other side. Keep your head straight, mind your business. If they're not talking to you, affirm what you need to say if you need to say it. The next is practice that statement before you enter any of these spaces. In these spaces, you might anticipate tension, like while you're scrolling social media, political discussions, protests, etc. Say it out loud or write it down and let it anchor you. Something like, I hold my peace even when voices try to force me into rage. I protect my spirit. I act from my integrity. I will not carry others' projections as my own. Say it out loud or write it down, and again, let it anchor you. Also, choose one self-care task to replenish you daily. It could be rest, nature, art, prayer, therapy, or community time. But most of all, remember to choose kindness for yourself. Now, friends, to heal from oppression is not only about pushing back. We want to reflect on these things. It's also about holding ourselves with care, protecting our inner worlds so we can go on. Doing so is not weakness. It is fierce resistance. You are doing something. Don't feel you're being a wimp or shying away. You're taking care of yourself. You have rights. You have a right to feel safe wherever you are. You have a right to maintain your sanity wherever you are. And you have a right to boundaries wherever you are. Remember, when encountering any harmful content regarding minorities or marginalized groups, consider the following points. Number one, you want to analyze the context of the statements to understand their implications because words matter. Number two, identify specific examples where the rhetoric may perpetuate stereotypes. Number three, evaluate the impact of the content on public perception of minority groups. 4, consider the responses from advocacy groups and community leaders. Number 5, discuss the potential consequences of spreading divisive narratives. And number 6, encourage critical thinking and media literacy among audiences consuming the content. That's what I'm doing here right now. If you've been out there the last couple of days, you can see that America, not just America, but we're dealing with America right now, is sorely lacking in critical thinking and media literacy. So, grab a free printable. This week's is Intersafety Plan in Times of Political Violence. I linked it in the comments from my Living in Power Today printable collection. If this video helped clarify something for you today, subscribe for more life hack tools designed specifically for autistic and AuDhd adults. We'll keep walking together, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll talk about sustaining resistance over time without losing your center. And share this download link and the video link with someone who might need to hear it as well. So follow, subscribe, and support for more life-changing content. You want to empower yourself daily to make yourself healthier and more joyful. Keep up the momentum and check out my other videos in the playlist for more step-by-step tools. Aloha, and thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Here's some resource links and further reading and education. I'll have to download these links and upload them along with this week's workbook. And so you can go to those links and check out some of these great content links that will help educate you. There's one in here that's really important, how Charlie Kirk's demise could cost you your job. If you don't look at any other ones, you might want to look at that one. So have a great week. Talk to you later. Aloha.